Hey GreenPC Gamers, we're coming at you with another Precision T3610 gaming computer video. Except in this version, compared to the video we did in 2018 where we featured a GTX 1080, we're going to feature an RTX 3050. We're also going to do an aftermarket heatsink install, as well as a processor upgrade. And as always, at the end of this video, we'll run through some popular game titles to see how well the system performs. This video is sponsored by serverworlds.com, where you can buy quality refurbished workstations that ship free to the lower 48 states. Use coupon code GPCG for a 10% discount on the models listed in the description below. These are the specs to our Precision T3610 workstation. We'll be showing you how to install an aftermarket Noctua Heatsink, an upgraded processor, and an RTX 3050 graphics card. As always, we'll post a link to our Precision T3610 Hardware Upgrade guide in the description of this video. That link will provide you with all of these upgrade options and more. We'll start by removing the side panel to gain access to the internal components. Then we'll remove the stock heatsink by cross-diagonally loosening the Phillips head screws that hold it onto the system board. We also have to disconnect the fan cable in order to completely remove the stock heatsink from the system board. Now we are ready to remove the existing processor. We'll do this by releasing lever 1 and the lever 2, and then gently removing the processor without touching the pins on the system board. This is our upgraded E5-2690 V2 processor. It features 10 physical cores, a base frequency of 3 GHz, and a max frequency of 3.6 GHz. We are going to gently install this upgraded processor onto the system board. This is our aftermarket Noctua heatsink that we are going to install. When we initially tested the E5-2690 V2 processor with the stock T3610 heatsink, it was getting very hot while gaming. We were seeing consistent CPU temps around 80 degrees Celsius. This aftermarket heatsink is going to help us provide much lower sustainable CPU temperatures. There are some required mods that we will have to make in order to install the heatsink onto the T3610 system board. The first being the 4-pin to 5-pin power adapter. We'll also swap the springs with 4 number 10 split washers in order to make a good connection to the system board. You could also choose to trim the springs down instead of using the split washers if you have the ability to do so. All of these parts are located on our Precision T3610 Hardware Upgrade guide, and we'll post the link to that in the description of this video. We're going to show you how to make these modifications, and we'll start by connecting our 4-pin to 5-pin fan power adapter. Next, we are going to remove the metal mounting brackets in order to gain better access to remove the stock springs. We also had to swap to the NMXFB4 mounting brackets in order to line up the screw holes to the system board. This also allows us to provide the proper front to back cooling orientation for the heatsink fan. And this is how you put the 4 number 10 split washers onto the screws that attach to the system board. Now that we have swapped to the correct brackets and changed out the springs, we are ready to reattach the brackets to the heatsink. In order to provide room to install the aftermarket heatsink, we will have to remove the stock memory cooling shrouds. Next, we are going to apply some heat paste to the processor. Now we are ready to attach the heatsink to the system board. Our best advice is to connect each screw thread until they barely catch, and then cross-diagonally tighten the screws with the tool provided in the heatsink box. Now we are ready to install the heatsink fan. We are going to face the logo towards the back of the chassis in order to maintain the front to back cooling of the other fans in the system. Then all we have to do is connect the fan power and the heatsink upgrade is complete. Now we are ready to remove the stock graphics card. We'll do this by opening the PCI bracket lock as well as pressing the blue release lever on the system board. Then we can gently remove the stock graphics card. Now we can install our GeForce RTX 3050 graphics card. This graphics card requires 8-pin power, so we're going to use a dual 6-pin female to 8-pin male adapter to provide GPU power. In order to complete the install, we have to remove the metal GPU bracket on the side panel in order to be able to shut the side panel with the new graphics card installed. We'll do this by drilling out the rivets and popping off the bracket. Now that our hardware install is complete, we'll run through some popular game titles to see how the system performs. The game testing will be in 1920 by 1080 resolution. Also keep in mind that we did install the latest NVIDIA driver prior to testing the games. As you can see, this system is performing really well for an almost 10-year-old workstation. If you are using a Precision T3610, please comment below and let us know what configuration you are using and what games you play on it. If this video was helpful to you, please consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you so much for watching.